This is Harshita Sharma and I would like to tell about the indentation in Python. So, if you write any code at the beginning of the particular code line, if you have any space, that space we will call it like indentation. And indentation is very important in Python. If we talk about any other language like C Sharp, the indentation will not matter much. There we will use indentation only for readability. But in Python, the indentation is very important. If we don't give any indentation properly at the particular code block, then the code will not work properly. So, let me give you an example. Let me write a small code. I want to use an if block here. And if is like a conditional check. So here if 5 greater than 2. So here I want to print 5 greater than 2 like that. So I am going to use a print statement. So print 5 greater than 2. And this is what my Python code. So here what is meant by this gap? This gap is nothing but the indentation. So whenever you want to write the Python code, the entire block should have the indentation, means space, and all the spaces should be same. And if we remove this indentation and if I try to run this particular program, I am going to face an error. And you are writing the code inside the if block. So if should contain the indentation. And now the question rises, how many spaces should contain? Either 1, 2, 3 or 4. By default, Visual Studio Code will take 4 spaces, but it is mandatory. We can use 1 space or 4 spaces. It is up to you. But Visual Studio Code will take only 4 spaces. And is the indentation for all these 2 lines should be same? The answer is yes. For the first line has 4 lines of indentation and the second line has 1 line of indentation, and if we run this program, it shows an error. So if we need to maintain the same lines of spaces for all the code block, then it is mandatory and the code will work.